Crystal Lynn here. We're going to talk about one powerful tip that can help you to really release fear today on this live. For those of you who are new to me, I am Crystal Lynn, Divine Empowerment Coach, and I really focus on helping women to break free from the past so that they can really get clear, step up, live authentically, and create a life of love and abundance. So, if that sounds of interest of you, I do have a free Facebook group from Feminine Focus into Action. You can always join me there. I go live at least weekly. I go live every Monday night at 7 and also have additional events in that group as well. I have a huge focus on mindset, self love, and spirituality to help all of my clients. Or people in my group rather as well, right? That's sort of the tips and information that I go live on. So I would love to have you join me there if you are not already in that group. I like to do full and new moon events as well. The new moon is all about new beginnings, and the full moon is all about releasing. So it brings in a perfect balance to kind of focus on those two things each month, right? So you can check in, get clear, and go after what you want. If you're interested to learn more, I do have the link to my calendar. You can always book a free call with me to learn more about my coaching programs. And then we're going to talk about fear in just a second here. But I do really help mostly a lot of divorced women, a lot of women who have been through some type of struggle and gotten past it in some way, and there's still a little bit left to work through and heal from in terms of that. But they really know that they want to create a heart-centered business, right? And they want to sort of turn that mess into their mission, and they know that they want to serve the world, right? Whether you're a psychic, a healer, or a coach, right? You know that you have these gifts and you're meant to help the world in some way, shape, or form. And you probably are just getting started or didn't quite start your business yet. And if you feel aligned and connected with that, then definitely reach out for me, book that free call, and we can see, if we're a great fit to work together, and you can learn more about my coaching programs. You'll get clarity either way, and I would love to learn more about you. But now let's talk about fear, right? What is one powerful tip to help you release fear? So sometimes fear can really hold us in place and keep us stuck. And because of the fear, right? Whether it's the fear of unknown or the fear of failure or the fear of just like the doing something different, it's very uncomfortable, right? To make change sometimes we're creatures of habit in some sense, right? Where what we're used to and what we know feels safe, and doing something new, right, feels a little scary and maybe unsafe, but it may not logically be unsafe, right? But it just feels like we don't know what's going to happen, and is this really the right thing? And we can get so nervous and not take that leap because of that, right? Fear can really, really hold us paralyzed in so many cases. So one tip that I'm going to give you is to really look at your worst case scenario. Like, what are your options? In any situation, you always have options, even if you don't like them, even if they're not desirable, right? You're always in a position of power where you get to choose, right? So if it's like leaving a relationship, for example, right? Maybe you want to leave a relationship, you're no longer happy. Maybe you're not even treated well, right? Depending on your personal situation, or just change and you don't feel the same, and it's just no longer a beautiful thriving relationship, and maybe it once was, right? Maybe it's, like I said, even worse than that, and it's really just no good for you. Maybe it's negative or even toxic and you need to leave, right? But getting like, this is just an example. It could be the fear of starting a business as well, right? Not knowing what to do and making that first step could be really hard. But like the relationship example, you think like, oh, I can't leave. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And all those kind of things run through your head, and you just keep yourself where you're at, staying stuck, sort of playing small, like staying where you're at and not making that leap because you're afraid of the unknown and what may happen. And the fact that you don't know what's going to happen, right, can really keep us held in place. But the thing is that you always have options, right? So if you wanted to leave, like maybe one of your options is to go stay with a family member, right? Or get your own place. And maybe it feels scary to like pay all the bills by yourself or something, right? Um, And maybe with the kids, you need sitters, right? And there's all these different things. And it's like, oh, well, I just can't. Like, I have to stay because I have no options and I'm stuck. But that's not true. Like, you might have to do something undesirable to then later get to something truly magical, right? So you might have to stay with a family member, for example, right? Which is not ideal, right? But if you were to move and stay with a family member for a few months, save up money, get your own place, and then be able to not be stuck in a relationship that you're not happy in, right? And then you're in your own place with your own positive energy flowing, with your own freedom of possibility to do what you choose, right? And also, now you've created room and space to not only take time to heal your heart and increase your self love while you're processing the loss of the relationship that ended, but also to meet someone more amazing and more magical, right? To welcome a new, greater, more loving, deeper relationship than you had in the past, right? So, my advice to you is to look at your options, right? Look at the worst case scenario. Like, what is the worst thing that could happen if you did this? And what are your options, right? If you made this decision, what is the worst possible outcome, you know? And like, would you survive? Would you be okay, right? Like, if you stayed with your family member, they might get on your nerves because you're around them all the time or something, right? But would you survive? Would that give you the motivation to save up the money and get your own place, right? Um, and then what happens once you do that? Like, connecting to that big vision of what you really want in life, right, can help you to make that leap, to take the first step, to do the uncomfortable action, to get to the really good juicy stuff, right? Because if not, then we're just going to stay stuck and happy. And if you stay where you're at, you know, as you continue, it's going to get worse in the long run, just staying when you know it's not what you really want, right? You're going to feel resentful, right? You're going to feel your self-worth is going to diminish because you don't really want to be there, and you're not trusting yourself and honoring your own intuition and your opinions, right? So you're not making that leap. So yeah, so it's a hard thing to do, right? But looking at the worst case scenario, what your options are, and taking that leap, taking that uncomfortable action if it's going to lead you closer to what you want, right? And if we use a business example, maybe you go live and you're scared to death of going live, right? Like, what am I going to say? Oh my God, I'm going to look like an idiot. I don't like my hair or whatever, right? Those crazy things that run through our head. But just pushing that button and going live and taking that uncomfortable action the first time, showing up and feeling like an idiot, is going to allow you to get the practice and experience, right? And then you just keep doing more. And the more you do it, the better you get. And then one day you're comfortable doing live. You're comfortable speaking in front of people. Your words come out easy. So it's like, take the uncomfortable action, do the thing that you fear, and beautiful, magical things are happening for you on the other side. So that is my insight for all of you on fear. Please let me know how this helped you, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Please let me know if this message did help you. And like I said, if you are the person who really wants to start a heart-centered business, wants to increase your confidence, definitely book a free one-on-one call with me so we can talk more about that. And I would love to help you. And join my Facebook group as well to learn more tips there. And I will see you soon. Have a great day.